Okay, take two. Let's try this again and see if I was live using a third-party software called Ecamm Live, and it was only showing a couple of people. Maybe it could be it's a holiday weekend too. Could be that. But it was only showing a couple of people. Brian Hess, I just saw Brian Hess pop in. Brian, my brother, how you doing? So, listen, I was saying, Julie Ziegler Norman, oh my gosh. We have a huge celebrity on here right now. And there's another one. We have Brian Hess, another one, Melissa Burrow. Now see, this is way different. Okay, so I just was live using, I was live. That time you got an alert. The last time you didn't get an alert, that's crazy. Ermelo, cheers, my friend. That's crazy. Why is that? That's not cool. Very uncool. Mark, how you doing? So listen, I read something this morning, and it had to do with something about purpose and your why, and I forget what it was, and it just sparked my interest, my curiosity, and so I started doing all this research, and I've read through all these articles today. And I got to tell you something, there's a difference between passion and purpose. There is a difference. There's Pam Goodwin, Julie. Julie Ziegler Norman is on here, Pam. So there is a difference between passion and purpose. And I want to talk about this because I think too many people use passion as the gauge in their relationships and their marriages and their health and their businesses, everything. And when the passion fizzles out and it dies, people give up. They give up, they quit, they walk away, they get divorces, they cheat, they give up on their business, they give up on whatever. And what I've discovered is, it's because passion almost always is going to go away. It's almost always going to fizzle out. Marco Bernini, my friend, love you, brother. I know you're going through a lot of pain right now, and just know that my thoughts and prayers are with you, man. Love you, dude. Love you, man. You're awesome, bro. You're awesome. We need to jump on a phone call, man. We need to get on a call. But anyway, so I'm thinking I was thinking about this, and I don't know why today, but I want to talk about it because I want to tell you, there's a book called Ego is the Enemy, written by Ryan Holiday. And it says, and I'm sorry I'm looking up, but I have to use the bottom part of my glasses right now. Marco, let's do it, man. Let's jump on a call maybe tomorrow afternoon or something. But he says, passion is for the amateurs. He says, passion is seen in those who can tell you in great detail who they intend to become and what their success will be like, though they haven't gotten there and might not even be on the right track. Okay? He says it'd be better for you if you were intimidated by what lies ahead, humbled by its magnitude, and determined to see it through regardless. That's where purpose comes in. Okay? So passion is something that you have to have passion, otherwise life would be absolutely boring, right? But passion alone, think about, and Brian Hess, I don't know if Brian's still on here, I think he is. Brian, purpose over paper. Purpose will never let you down. Passion is generally something that drives people to chase the selfish pieces of life. Right, I was getting to that, dude. You just ruined it. Okay, live stream over. Brian just ruined the whole thing. I'm just kidding. So purpose, I'm just kidding. So passion, I read a bunch of different articles on this. When we're done, Google it. Like look up passion versus purpose on Google and read the articles and really study them, because you'll learn a lot about yourself and other people you're surrounded by. So people that think that life is, I am, bro. You got me, Marco. That's it. You got my number, bro. Let's talk tomorrow. I know I still have yours. So, think about all of the people in life that you know that have been through a divorce, right? And I've been through more than one divorce. We'll just leave it at that. So, but I've been through a divorce. And I can tell you that the divorces I've been through, I was a raging alcoholic for many, many years, not using that as an excuse, but I am saying that it may have made me make really, really, really bad choices. Dale Childress Jr.'s in the house, everybody. So hey, Mike, how are you? So listen, here's the thing, okay? When you are operating from a place of strictly passion, and that is your gauge, that's what you're using. Hey, Sandy, how are you? If that is your gauge, that you're just operating from a place of, I've got to feel this passion. I got to feel passion. I mean, Brian Hess dude, let's be real, okay, Brian? Let's be real. I'm going to be real with Brian here for a minute, because him and I are like that. We're boys. We're good friends. Like, dude, you own a paving company. It's very difficult to get passionately all excited about putting asphalt down in somebody's parking lot. Am I wrong? Maybe you are, man, but I don't see how anybody could get fired up and all passionate about that. What's up, Sawyer? So think about that. It's not about passion for Brian. It's about the purpose. It's the greater good for everybody that he employs, all of the companies that he works with, all of the different places, and it's even greater than that, because I know Brian, he does coaching. Hey Frank, how you doing, bro? He does coaching. He helps a lot of people. So that's it. I was just getting there. Hey Brian, you want to just take over the stream, bro? I'm kidding. But that's it. Brian's greater purpose is, the paving company is a means to the end, and the end is the purpose. So if you're struggling, if you're in a relationship that sucks, it's bad, well, you got to take a look at it. Are you basing everything just on passion? Or have you and your significant other come up with a purpose for your relationship? And I don't mean just to sit around and watch TV, watch the Ohio State University Buckeyes kick the doo-doo out of Michigan, but we won't talk about that. I did happen to be very passionate about that game today. But think about the purpose. What's the greater purpose for you? What's the greater purpose? If I played for the Ohio State Buckeyes, well, they probably would have lost. But besides that, if I was there, of course, game day, I'm passionate, I'm giving everything I have. But those kids, for them, in order for them to really, really, really succeed and do very, very well, they have to have a greater purpose than just going out and beating Michigan, right? They have to have a greater purpose, and that greater purpose needs to be something like moving them on to the NFL or whatever. It's very rare, by the way, from what I've read, very rare that you will have more than just 2 or 3 different purposes in your life. You're going to have purpose. You're going to reach those goals. You're going to incrementally get there. But one thing about purpose versus passion is purpose, you won't give up when you have setbacks, when you have failures. If you have a strong purpose, you're not going to give up. You're not going to give up. When you have a really strong purpose, I am a passionate contributor of the Notre Dame. Love it. Love it, dude. So, think about that. If you're struggling with anything, if you're struggling with anything at all, anything, step back for a minute and say, okay, what is my greater purpose here? If you're struggling with anything at all, and I mean it, because here's the definitions. Holy crap, we have Anthony Pelusa. How you doing? Chad Pittinger, how are you, brother? I haven't seen you forever, man. So passion is defined as a strong and barely controllable emotion. Purpose is defined as the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. The reason for which something is done. What's your purpose? What's the purpose of your business? My purpose is the same as Brian. I love helping people. That is my purpose. I love to help people get to the next level. And I do that via means of technology, teaching them, helping them learn technology usually, or finding what's blocking them from getting there. But, I'll tell you, Jack Canfield wrote a book called The Success Principles. And in this book, he gives we are proof of it. We've been through more challenges. And dude, that's true, man. Because of the purpose and need, we have to, that's it, dude. That's it. Absolutely, 1000%. So, here's the thing. Jack Canfield has, and it's on his website even, under jackcanfield.com. You can just search for how to find your passion, Jack Canfield, in Google, and it'll pop right up. But he says, be clear why you are here. Be clear about it. Because in the Success Principles, and I have the book, Julie Ziegler, look what I got right there laying on top shelf. Right there, on top of the Success Principles. Do you want to tag Julie Ziegler Norman in this video? No, why? Oh, it's because see how smart Facebook is? It saw your dad's picture on there and it automatically wanted to tag you, Julie. Can you believe that? So that's crazy that Facebook's like that. But so Jack Canfield's book, The Success Principles, and I've read this book a lot of times. It's like a Bible to me. I literally keep this nearby all the time to reference it. So he has a formula in here, and that formula is learning your purpose. And this is an exercise that they developed in this book, and this is really cool. The Success Principles describes a simple process that can help you identify your passion or your purpose. And it says your passion. Life purpose exercise. That's weird. So the process involves answering these 3 questions. I don't think they meant passion there. It involves answering these 3 questions. Number 1, what are 2 qualities that you love expressing in life? That's the first question. Don't answer them on here. Write these down. What are 2 qualities that you love expressing in life? Second one is, what are 2 ways? Hold it. This process involves answering 3 questions. 1, what are 2 qualities I most love expressing in life? Number 2, what are 2 ways I most love expressing those qualities? So it's a little bit different there. And number 3, what would the world look like if it were perfect right now, according to me? So when you're able to answer those 3 things, he says, question 1, first ask yourself, what are 2 qualities that I most enjoy expressing in life? Hey, Leanne, how are you? Down in Australia. So for my wife, it is authenticity and spontaneity. For one of my clients I just worked with, it is discipline and order. For another, it is fun and play. For me, it would be love and joy. So this is Jack Canfield talking on here. So question 2 is, what are 2 ways I most love expressing those qualities when interacting with others? For me, it's inspiring people with stories like those in Chicken Soup for the Soul books and empowering people by teaching them practical tools for creating greater success, blah, 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 blah. So, and then there's a third one. So you guys, hey, Jenny Jordan, how are you? Janet Yu, how you doing? So I want to say that Kingston, hey, tell Kingston I said, hey. He said, I remember that guy. Oh, that's awesome. Dude, it's your turn. You got to drive from Pittsburgh over here, dude. Come on over. So, again, today, for whatever reason this morning, I read something. I don't know if it was on Facebook, something about purpose and your why, right? And I'm like, okay, if like there's a difference. There is a difference between purpose and passion. And the difference is very distinct. Passion is a strong and barely controllable emotion. Purpose is the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. So when you have, if in Brian Hess's example, Brian owns a paving company. They repave parking lots. They pave parking lots with asphalt. And you know, so he can't feel passion about that. But if he's using that, obviously if he's using that as the means to the end, right? The end being the actual purpose in his life, the purpose in his life being helping other people by helping them break through issues that they're having and explode their lives or their businesses. Well, then the concrete or the asphalt company, the paving company, he can find passion in that. Even if it's something nobody in the world wants to go play around in 500-degree asphalt or whatever the temperatures of it are, unless you're freezing, you know, but like nobody wants to go play in that stuff and get all black tarred up, right? It's the only reason he would find passion in that is because it's providing a means to the end being the purpose in his life, that purpose in his life being helping other people grow and expand and everything else, which we have very similar purposes. So I don't know, I just wanted to jump on and talk about that. I thought it was a very, very interesting topic for me. I for whatever reason, it just got stuck in my head today. What's the difference between purpose and passion? And again, if you're in a marriage and your marriage is failing or you're not feeling it anymore, it doesn't work, or a relationship or whatever it is, it's because you're using passion as the gauge. Maybe. That may not be the only reason, obviously. But if you're bored in your relationship, and it probably has something to do with you using passion as the gauge. Passion is going to fizzle. It's always going to fizzle. It always wears off. And you know, we could bring up the S word that's involved in relationships, but we won't. But it always wears off. One day you're like, oh, this is like, you know, kind of all, you know, the same. Not necessarily, I don't want to go too far with that, but you know what I mean though. Like it's passion is an emotion. There you go. Melissa, you just nailed it. Passion is an emotion. Purpose is a spiritual or higher calling, period. That's it. I love that. That's it. So if you say in your relationship, okay, we're not going to base this on just passion. Now, you have to have passion too. It has to be there. But it doesn't have to be there all the time. It doesn't have to be there all the time. Right? It does not have to be there. Same old, same, right. You've got to have some higher purpose in your relationship. There has to be a higher purpose. You have to have a higher purpose. If you have a higher purpose more than just what's in it as far as passion is concerned, like what's the higher purpose here, then you have a much, much, much better chance of surviving the moments when there's no passion, right? Or that time of the month. I'm sorry. Pardon me, ladies, but you know what I mean. Like things get can get a bit emotional. So like, you know, you've got to have more than just passion. You've got to have more than passion. You have to have a purpose, not just in your life, but in your relationships. If you go and you sell cars for a living, which I know a lot of people that sell cars now, for some reason, why do I know so many people in the car business? My wife and I were talking about that last night, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe there's something I'm supposed to do. Maybe I'm going to start an automobile manufacturing company or something. I don't know. I'll call it Tesla. Oh no, it's already taken. Anyway, so but you have to have a purpose, a higher calling. Like Glenn Lundy, my brother, how you doing? Glenn, listen, there's going to be somebody. I have a friend / client that goes to your church, dude. She told me tonight she just found out. I call Ken for advice and emotional stability. He does. He does. I'm like, dude, go to the drugstore. And anyway, so like, look, that's funny, dude. That is so funny. Anyway, I live with passion for my purpose. There you go. That's it. But if you didn't have a purpose, that's the point of this stream. If you didn't have a purpose, the passion would fall by the wayside eventually, right? I mean, I don't want to go too far into some of the stuff I've done in my past, but let's just say I haven't always been the angel that you see now. Okay, maybe I don't look like an angel, but listen, in the moment of hanging out at a bar and you meet somebody, I've been sober 16 and a half years, so please don't judge me. But in my past, I may have done that. And, it's like, you end up wherever. Well, that passion is like, man, it's not there. Like, but when you find that person, or you find that one or that, and you develop there's only one way you're going to keep the love alive. In Scott Peck's book called The Road Less Traveled, he has a whole chapter, I think it's chapter 7, on love and what love is and how relationships start. And they always start with a sexual attraction, right? Pain pushes you until purpose pulls you. That's right, Tracy. There's always some sort of an attraction there, right? But eventually that wears off. Eventually that passion wears off. And if you don't have a higher purpose, now you just get, dude, that's true, man. That is absolutely the truth. There is no better feeling than that. But when you have a higher purpose in your relationship, and when all that other stuff wears off, when all the passion, and I'm not saying it's gonna all wear off, right? Like Glenn Lundy just said, it can become a cycle. You can have your purpose fueling your passion, and your passion, it can become a cyclical thing. So they're fueling one another. But if you don't find or have or discover or look for or dig deep and find a purpose, it's always gonna wear off. The passion's always gonna wear off. How many people do you know that jump from job to job to job to job to job to job, and it's always the job's fault? It's always the Glenn Lundy, the general manager of that place, was just a jerk, man. I couldn't take him anymore. Walking around always all happy, all up in your face, happy and stuff. Like, ooh, like I couldn't deal with that. I'm just kidding. I love Glenn. He's freaking amazing. But you know what I'm saying? Like, how many people do you know that jump around all the time? They're jumping from job to job. That's because they don't have a purpose. If you have a purpose, you will find the passion you need no matter what you're doing. If you're freaking doing asphalt like Brian does, if you're building websites like I do, all of that fuels your purpose. All of it pushes it. So dig deep. There's my Aunt Leslie. Hey, Leslie, how are you? So all of the stuff that you have going on in life, the passion the passion will fuel the purpose, and the purpose will fuel the passion. But if you do not have a purpose, the passion will fade away and you'll have nothing. And you'll just start looking again for someone else, something to fill that void. Something to fill that, what I call the God hole. So, it's like the Bible says, seek and ye shall find, right? Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Start looking for what your purpose is. Find your purpose. Find your purpose. And then let whatever passion you have inside of you, if you're a passionate person, let that passion fuel the purpose, because the purpose, the passion will provide the means to the end. It will push you to get through whatever hard work you're having to do. And you know what? If you have a true purpose, no matter how many failures and setbacks you have, you're not going to give up. You will not give up. But you have to have a purpose. So find your purpose. No big thing, right? Finding your purpose, I mean, that's easy. We all get that like the day we're born into this world. Like, hey, here's your purpose, dude. Good luck. What really stinks about being born is you don't come with a user's manual. Like, there's no user's guide. Like, hey, when he's old enough or she's old enough to read, give him this user's manual so he knows exactly what he needs to be doing. There's a lot of great books out there, but most people go through life looking and looking and looking. Find your purpose, and then find people that have a similar purpose as you, and they will help you keep the fire burning bright. Amen. Amen, brother. I totally agree with that. So listen, what's up, Brad French? How you doing, bro? So find your purpose. There's a difference between passion and purpose. And this was just a rant. I tried this earlier using Ecamm, and I had Melissa on, and that was it. And thank you, Melissa, for being on both streams, by the way. She's amazing. If you guys aren't following Melissa Burrow, follow her now. She's awesome. So find your purpose. Don't think that everything in life has to be about your passion, because it can't be. It cannot be. It has to be about a higher good, a higher purpose, something bigger than you, something way bigger than you. John, how in the world are you? Good to see you. Everybody follow Melissa Burrow. She literally is awesome. Seriously, go follow her. So listen, thank you, decorating. Yeah, I know all about that, dude. Know all about it. So thank you guys. Robert Starks, my brother, how you doing? Saving lives. That's right, Tracy, saving lives. So listen, write down your purpose. Write out your purpose. What's the ultimate goal? What are all of the possible steps? What are all of the possible steps that you could be taking? Hey, Katrina, how in the world are you? Katrina, you're in Australia, I think, right? Like, she's like a serious rock star. Holy moly. So write down all of the, thank you for sharing, Melissa. That's awesome. Write down all of the possible ideas and ways, and write down all of the ways that you could get to and support and build up your purpose. The overall thing, the big thing, right? You've got to have a purpose. It can't be about passion only. The passion will be there. It will fuel you. It'll drive you, but you've got to have a purpose. So look for your purpose. And like I said, if you need a formula to find that purpose, go to Google and type in Jack Canfield, find your purpose. It's in there. It's right there. It'll take you right to this page, and look through it. It's an interesting little process, an exercise that you can do, asking yourself these 3 questions. Don't just read the 3 questions, because those don't make sense. You have to go in and read the long form of the questions. But go in there and check it out. It's a really good way to kind of dig. I did this a long time ago when I read this book. And just another plug for my hero. My #1 mentor in life was that man right there, Zig Ziglar. But this is the book I was talking about, The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. It's an amazing book. Amazing book. So anyway, love you guys. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for jumping on here. That's it, John. You got it right there, bro. Thank you guys for jumping on here. I appreciate it. Melissa, thank you for sharing again. I appreciate you sticking with me. I tried it with Ecamm earlier, and it just didn't, nobody was on. Like, nobody. Me and Melissa, that was it. Not that we're nobodies, because we're both somebodies, but you know what I mean. So anyway, thank you all. Appreciate you being here. Have an awesome, awesome night, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye. And live with purpose. And throw some passion in too. See you guys.